Let me tell you why people don't respect you. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're not smart enough or successful enough. It's because they can read you. They see your desperation for approval. They feel your need to be liked. They sense your fear of conflict. And that's where you lose. Weak presence invites disrespect. The world doesn't listen to emotion. It doesn't care how hard you try or how good your intentions are. The world listens to power. Real power isn't loud. It doesn't beg. It doesn't explain. It's silent, calculated, and absolute. Think about the last time someone disrespected you. Maybe they ignored your message, talked over you in a meeting, made a joke at your expense. Why did they do it? Because they knew they could. Because something about your energy told them there would be no consequences. You don't gain respect by being nice. You gain it when people sense they can't move you, break you, or read you. When your presence alone makes them think twice before testing you. This video exposes Machiavelli's darkest power laws, the strategies that build a ruthless aura nobody can resist or control. These aren't motivational speeches. This is the raw psychology of dominance, the science of presence, and the path to becoming untouchable. Watch till the end, because the last principle changes everything. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unshakable. Number 1. The foundation of aura. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you second-guessed yourself in the middle of a conversation? When you wanted to say something but held back because you weren't sure how it would land? That hesitation, that's where your power dies. Power begins in stillness. Not physical stillness, mental stillness. When your mind is calm and convinced, everything about you changes. Your tone sharpens, your words carry weight, your silence becomes heavy. And people, without knowing why, start adjusting to your energy instead of the other way around. Most people destroy their own power by doubting themselves in silence. They walk into a room wondering if they belong there. They speak and immediately scan faces to see if anyone agrees. They act, then wait for validation. Machiavelli taught that uncertainty is an invitation for manipulation. When others sense you're unsure, they'll test you. They'll push boundaries. They'll speak over you, not because they're evil, because that's human nature. We instinctively follow those who seem certain and ignore those who seem lost. Machiavelli once said, "Men are won more by the eye than by the hand." Think about that. People don't follow you because you're physically stronger or louder. They follow what they see in your eyes, and the eyes of the uncertain wander. They dart around looking for approval, for permission, for a sign that they're doing okay. But the eyes of the certain, they command, they hold, they don't ask, they state. Here's the rule: never display hesitation. Even in confusion, act with conviction. Even when you don't have all the answers, move like your path is final. Speak less, move deliberately. Let every action feel intentional, not reactive. This doesn't mean you pretend to know everything. It means you own your decisions completely. When you choose, you commit. No apologies. No second-guessing out loud. No fishing for reassurance. That is the foundation of an aura no one questions. When you stop doubting yourself, others stop doubting you too. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am certain. Number 2. The mask of controlled power. Now let's talk about the mask. You know what separates amateurs from masters? Amateurs show everything. Masters show nothing. Never let emotion show its face. I don't care how angry you are. I don't care how excited, how frustrated, or how hurt. The moment you reveal it, you hand others your control. Think about the last time someone got under your skin and you snapped. What happened? Did they back down? Maybe. But more likely, they learned exactly how to push your buttons next time. You gave them a map to your weaknesses. This is why you must learn the art of controlled expression, a steady tone, a composed posture, an unreadable face. Not because you're emotionless, you feel everything, but you choose what gets out. People respect mystery more than honesty. They follow calmness because it feels like dominance. When someone can't figure you out, they automatically assume you're more intelligent, more experienced, more dangerous than you might actually be. Machiavelli once said, "It is unnecessary to speak of everything you think." Read that again. You don't owe anyone access to your internal world. Your thoughts, your feelings, your plans, these are yours alone until you decide otherwise. When they can't read you, they fear misjudging you. And that fear becomes your invisible armor. Here's what this looks like in real life. Someone insults you in a meeting. Instead of defending yourself or firing back, you pause. You look at them calmly. Maybe you acknowledge it with a slight nod. Then you continue as if nothing happened. What just occurred? You didn't react. So they don't know if you're unbothered, if you're planning something, or if you simply didn't register it as worth your energy. That uncertainty makes them uncomfortable. Now they're the ones feeling exposed. The mask of controlled power means you become a mirror. People project onto you what they fear or respect, and you never correct them. You just watch, absorb, and move accordingly. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying your choices. Stop showing your hand before the game is over. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unreadable. Number 3. The calculated use of fear. Let's clear something up. You don't need to threaten anyone. You don't need to raise your voice, send aggressive messages, or make dramatic displays of power. You just need people to know. Disrespect has a cost. This is where most people get it wrong. They think power means aggression. They think being feared means being loud, intimidating, or cruel. But that's not fear. That's just noise. And noise gets tuned out. Real fear is quiet. Real fear comes from the sense that crossing you would be a mistake they can't undo. Never overreact. Never shout. When someone disrespects you, don't match their energy. Instead, become colder, harder, distant. The kind of silence that makes others rethink their tone. People naturally fear what reacts less, not more. Think about it. When someone screams at you, you might be startled, but you also know they're emotional. Emotional people are predictable. You can wait them out. You can manipulate them. But when someone goes cold, when they pull back, stop engaging, and their expression goes blank, that's terrifying. Because now you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're planning. You don't know if you just made an enemy who will quietly remove you from their life, or worse. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This doesn't mean hostility. It means presence that demands precision. It means people choose their words carefully around you because they sense you're not someone to test. Let me give you an example. Someone makes a disrespectful joke at your expense in a group setting. Everyone laughs. Here's what you don't do. Laugh along to seem cool or lash out defensively. Here's what you do. You let the laughter die down. Then you look at them, not angry, just present. You hold their gaze for a beat longer than comfortable. Then you change the subject or walk away. No explanation, no scene, just a shift in temperature. What just happened? You didn't entertain it. You didn't validate it. You marked it. And now that person and everyone who witnessed it knows you're not to be played with. Let others adjust themselves. Your calmness is the warning. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence is power. Number 4. The art of emotional detachment. Here's a hard truth. Nothing weakens a person faster than emotional involvement. When you care too much about outcomes, you lose focus. When you invest emotionally in how things turn out, you lose clarity. When you let praise or criticism shake you, you lose your edge. You must reach a state where nothing disturbs your internal rhythm. Not insults, not praise, not loss, not victory. This is the highest level of power, when external events don't dictate your internal state. Most people are slaves to their emotions. Someone praises them, they're on top of the world. Someone criticizes them, they're destroyed. They wake up feeling good, so they're productive. They wake up feeling bad, so they're useless. That's not power. That's being controlled by circumstance. When you don't react, you control direction. When others seek a reaction and get silence, they lose power over you. They came with weapons, but you're not even fighting the same war. Machiavelli once said, "A wise man does at once what a fool does at last." What does this mean? The fool waits until emotions calm down to act rationally. The wise man is already rational. He doesn't need to wait because he's not controlled by feeling in the first place. Emotional detachment isn't coldness, it's strategy. It keeps your mind clean while others drown in their impulses. Here's how you build this. Start small. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Notice your anger, then let it go. Don't feed it. Someone doesn't text back.